Welcome to another video. My name is Rachel Graham. I'm a registered nurse, I'm a digital creator, and a mom. And today we're gonna be talking about why alcohol is toxic for the body and why you should quit it. Just quit it. Like, don't even do like one drink a week or 30 days off. Like, just say 2025, like at the time of this filming, it's April. I'm gonna quit alcohol, because that's what I did in September of 2019. I said, I'm done. Like, I'm done. I don't want to feel like this ever again. I don't want to look like a bloated mess. I don't want to feel like I can't wake up and do the things I want to do. I don't want to feel sick every day. I don't want to feel a hangover literally ever again. I don't ever want to feel it again. And our culture is just so obsessed with this idea of celebrating with alcohol. Everywhere you go, it's like, oh, like, what are you doing for your bachelorette? Well, we should do like a winery and then go do this and then have another way to like figure out how to get alcohol involved. Like, it's just so ridiculous, you guys. And when you really stop and think, why is our culture like perpetuating this consumption, this insane consumption of alcohol? And like, is this even good for our bodies? Like, why are we doing this? Why is it like just so normalized to have, you know, a glass of wine with spaghetti and meatballs, or to have a beer with some chicken wings? Like, why is that just so normal that when you decide to not do it, people are like, you're not gonna have a drink? I don't understand. Like, why aren't you gonna have a drink? And it's like, why are you having a drink? Like, why are you ingesting alcohol? So I am extremely passionate about this subject. I've been sober for 5.5 years, you guys. I am a strong proponent of the alcohol-free life. Like, the alcohol-free life is the only life for me. And I spent a long time drinking. So I started drinking when I was 14 years old. I didn't quit until, do the math. It's 2025 and I'm turning 40 in like 2 weeks. And I quit in 2019. I don't feel like thinking about math. That's how long I was drinking alcohol. Long time. It was a part of my existence. It was who I was. It was my identity. I didn't know how to exist without it. And maybe you can relate to that. Or maybe you can't at all. And you're like, you have a problem. That's probably why you quit. I don't have a problem. I drink like 2 martinis a week or 1 glass of wine a month. And if you are one of the rare human beings that can just drink 1 glass of wine a month, then maybe this video isn't for you. But I'm still gonna tell you, ooh, look, burn from my straightener. I'm still gonna tell you, don't drink it. Just don't drink it all. Like, literally don't drink it all. It does nothing for you. So let's get into it. So what is it really doing to your body? Why is it toxic? How does it affect your organs and your brain and long-term health? And why quitting is the best decision you'll ever make in your life. Maybe not in your whole life. There may be other good decisions, but it's gonna be right up there. Okay, so what is it? We're talking about alcohol, which is ethanol. That is a chemical compound. It affects every single cell in your body. It's classified as a central nervous system depressant. A lot of us know that. And what does that actually mean? It actually means that it slows down your brain function and your neural activity. So that's why you do dumb shit. You do so many dumb things when you're drunk. Tell me you don't. You do dumb stuff. You make phone calls you shouldn't make. You send texts you shouldn't text. You do crazy stuff that you probably don't even want to think about, and good, because you probably can't remember half of it if you blacked out. You do really dumb stuff. But the thing that's really, really crazy is that alcohol, ethanol, is actually a toxin. It's toxic. It is a poisonous substance. So the second that stuff enters your body is going on overdrive to try to eliminate it or remove it. So what happens when you drink? So basically, it's absorbed super quickly through the stomach and small intestine into your bloodstream. Boom. You may as well just like be mainlining it. It just goes so fast into your blood. There, it literally travels directly to your liver, which is your body's detoxification center. And your liver works overtime, breaking down alcohol using enzymes. And there's one specifically, and I'm gonna look at my screen behind me because it's really hard to say. Alcohol dehydrogenase. That wasn't so bad. So what that does, this process actually converts alcohol into another hard one, acetaldehyde, which is a highly toxic chemical, which is actually way worse for you than ethanol itself. This is problematic right from the start. It's just like, what are we doing here, people? So this is a known carcinogen. Acetaldehyde is a known carcinogen. What is a carcinogen? What does that word mean? It causes cancer. Do we need to even go on? I'm just like, my mind is blown. Do we need to go on? Well, yes, we do. So The body then converts the acetaldehyde into acetate, which is actually less harmful and eventually gets eliminated out of the body. But here's the problem. When you drink more than your liver can handle, what do you think happens? So that's about 1 standard drink per hour is what your liver can handle. So what happens if you're drinking more than that? Most people do. These toxic substances that we've just talked about, they build up in your body and they damage your tissues and organs. All right, next part, the effects on the brain. So alcohol impacts your brain literally immediately. It alters the neurotransmitter levels, especially one called GABA and glutamate, which affect mood. I don't know about you, but when I've been on the liquor, I get a little crazy. I do outlandish stuff. Start accusing my boyfriend, now my husband, accusing him of stuff. I mean, it's just things get all crazy. Like everything is off, and it's because it's affecting your mood. It affects your coordination. We all know that to be true. When you're pulled over, if you've ever been pulled over for drinking and driving, they'll make you walk a line. I've never actually done this, but we've all seen it. And touch your nose and do all these coordination things because it affects your coordination. So it's a dead giveaway when someone's intoxicated if their coordination is off. The other thing that it can do is it affects decision making. And this goes back to like mood. Your mood is all over the place. And therefore your decision making is completely jacked up. That's why we do dumb shit, like get in cars and drive them when we've drank alcohol. That is the dumbest thing you could ever do because you can get pulled over and arrested, you can kill yourself or you can kill another person. But think about how many people you know that do that. Think about it right now. How many people do you know that will ingest alcohol and then get in a motorized vehicle and drive at high speeds, risking their life and the life of others? Or how about people that drive with their kids in the backseat? Oh, well, it was just a Christmas party and I only had 1 or 2. That's normalized. It shouldn't be, but it is for a lot of people, okay? So with frequent use, alcohol can cause long-term damage in the brain, shrinking it, literally shrinking your brain. It can cause memory problems, which is something that I honestly feel like is a long-term side effect that I have because of my starting off young drinking and drinking for so long. I have a very poor memory, you guys. And there's no reason why I should have a poor memory, but I did drink really heavily. You have impaired cognitive function over time. So that isn't just when you're drinking. The brain shrinkage, all of these things will affect your brain long-term. Impaired cognitive functioning over the long term, even when you're not drunk. And then an increased risk of depression and anxiety. For me, anxiety is actually what triggered me to drink because I used it as a tool. I used it to self-medicate because what does drinking make you feel? Relaxed. It makes you feel uninhibited. It makes you feel warm and fuzzy, but it also makes you feel unsteady and all these other negative things. But that warm and fuzzy feeling and just kind of being able to like blank out, if you already have anxiety or depression, that could actually feel really good in the short term. And you could feel like it's a medication, like it's helping. But actually the next day, that anxiety is like, it's so horrible. And I don't know about you, but over the years, it got worse and worse and worse. And that depression, that crash, that anxiety the next day, that is part of what made me never want to drink again. Like I referenced earlier, I never want to be hungover again. That didn't just mean like nausea. Like that was the least of my worries. It meant literally feeling like I did not want to be alive. Like I don't want to live. Like I don't want to feel, I don't want to be inside my body. It was that bad. So studies do show that even moderate drinking over a long period of time can lead to significant changes in your brain. Next up, so it's not just the brain. Alcohol affects every single organ system in your entire body. So how does it affect your liver? Well, chronic drinking leads to fatty liver disease. That's something that a lot of us have heard of. It also leads to hepatitis and eventually to liver cirrhosis, where healthy liver tissue turns into scar tissue. As a dialysis nurse, and I reference being a dialysis nurse a lot because what do you think I do in my job? Dialysis is a treatment for people whose kidneys aren't functioning. So that's from either an acute kidney injury or from end-stage renal disease, and actually having liver failure and kidney failure go hand in hand because these organs all work together. Your body is this ecosystem that needs to work together. So you do not want to have your liver removed and get a new one. You may be a candidate for it. If your liver is cirrhotic and it's failed, you could get a liver transplant. But you do not ever want to get an organ transplant because they don't take half the time, and your quality of life is severely diminished. And when you're in the hospital and you're having an invasive procedure, you can have so many other things go wrong. Just because you're just getting a new liver doesn't mean that so many other things can't go wrong in that operating room when you're on that table. So you really need to think about your liver when you're drinking. Is this worth it? Heart. Drinking alcohol, it raises your blood pressure. It increases the risk of irregular heartbeats, you guys. And it weakens your heart muscle. This is the center of yourself. This is literally the epicenter. Like, we need every single organ, but I think everyone can agree, like, thinking about your heart, I mean, you gotta take care of yourself. And if you know that drinking alcohol, like, just think about those words. Like, it can cause irregular heart rhythms. My husband has atrial fibrillation, you guys. It is not fun. He's been through literally hell and back dealing with AFib. Digestive system. So drinking alcohol, it increases stomach acid, and it causes inflammation, and it damages the actual lining of your stomach, which impairs nutrient absorption. Are you seeing how this is working? Everything is working together in tandem. It isn't just one organ. It isn't just like, oh, my mouth is dry after a night of drinking and I had a headache, that sucks. It's like, do you literally realize what is going on? And I'm not saying this to shame you or make you feel bad about yourself, because literally I did this for so long. But once you get on the other side of it, it's literally just like mind-blowing. It's like, how can we be so naive to think that we are going to get out of this unfazed? Like, you hear about when you get into your 30s and 40s and people start dying, people start getting cancers, people start getting heart attacks, strokes, all these things. End-stage renal disease, horrible digestive, like Crohn's and IBS and all these horrific problems. And then it's like, look at your lifestyle, dude. Look at what you're eating, look what you're drinking. Number one, what are you putting in your body? Like, it isn't about medications. It isn't about, oh, I'm getting old now, that's why I have a spare tire. No, it's about taking care of yourself. Like, there's so many ways you can prevent these diseases. Next up, immune system. Alcohol weakens your immune response, making you more susceptible to acquiring things like COVID, literally. And once you get COVID, it actually makes the complications a lot more serious. It makes you more prone to infections, colds, all of it, because you have a weakened immune response. And then, last but not least, the cancer risk. I already referenced this at the beginning. Alcohol is a known risk factor for actually 7 types of cancer, including breast cancer, liver cancer, mouth cancer, throat cancer, and colon cancer. I don't know about you, but I've been hearing a lot about people that are in their 40s having colon problems, like Crohn's, IBS, actual cancer. This is not some sort of like, what's going on? I don't really get it. Look at our consumption in our society. It is absolutely excessive in all ways. You know, yeah, there was always alcohol and there was always excessive drinking, true, but with social media and advertising and just the way that we support and promote this like really toxic lifestyle and glamorize it and put like beautiful women and men in magazines and people like being fashionable and cool and smoking and drinking, it's gross because it's literally a lie. It's a complete lie. I bought into it. You bought into it if you're this far into this video because we're like 14 minutes in, and we don't need to live this way. So this is what this is about. This isn't about shaming you. This is about educating you. We do not need to live this way. Next, mental health. As I mentioned before, alcohol is often used as a coping mechanism for anxiety, depression, just general stresses. I get it. I did the exact same thing. If that's you, if you're like, actually I don't have depression or anxiety, but I definitely feel stressed out at work and I like to unwind with a glass of wine. Or I'm a stay-at-home mom and it's really crazy chasing after 302 or whatever you crazy person you're doing. I just want to have a glass of wine at the end of the day. My partner gets home. I'm like, all right, you're in, I'm out. Bottle of frickin' Merlot, let's go. Sex in the City, whatever it is. You have your routine and it's this beautiful little ritual and you convince yourself that you need this. You do not need this. It's actually causing you more stress. It actually makes the problems worse. That was my next point. Makes them worse. It literally makes everything worse. 100%. Maybe not in that exact moment, but it will make everything worse because it isn't addressing the key issues. So it disrupts sleep, it worsens mood disorders, it can lead to short-term relief. However, it will lead to long-term dependency and addiction, and all these other problems we've discussed throughout this whole video. So yeah, in studies, they're talking about studies that have studied people that have anxiety and depression. It actually finds that over time, drinking actually makes these things much worse, and I'm a testament to that, 100%. I was worried about my anxiety getting worse when I quit drinking alcohol, and my anxiety basically went away. Like it literally, I only get anxiety when I need to have anxiety, in the moments when anxiety is a useful feeling to have. But I don't get anxiety when I'm just sitting on the couch, like because I didn't ingest a bunch of booze the night before and do stupid stuff. So it generally improves your mood. You have amazing mental clarity, almost too much mental clarity, because all of a sudden your brain is firing on all cylinders and you're like, oh my gosh, I have a lot that I want to do. I have a lot I want to say. I'm like feeling so good and so happy, and your overall satisfaction in your life improves within weeks. The first little bit may be a little rocky. You may not feel that great, but that's because you're detoxifying all of that out of your body. So why should you consider stopping? Do I even need to conclude this? Do I even need to wrap this up? Just rewind and listen to this again. Listen to this video like 3 times to like push this into your brain so you literally remember. But why? You get better sleep. You have improved digestion, better skin, mental clarity, a stronger immune system. We still have COVID floating around, you guys. People are still getting COVID. People have long COVID. That's something that is another video I'm gonna make, is about long COVID. Drinking alcohol makes you more susceptible to infections and getting COVID and other diseases. So why would you want to ingest it just for the short-term fun? You can have short-term fun sober. I'm telling you, you can. Lowers your risk of cancer, lowers your risk of heart disease, lowers your risk of developing liver problems. You only have one liver. You may have 2 kidneys. You can get away with one. You only have one liver. And seeing liver patients, people that are in liver failure, they're the color of like yellow mustard. It's horrible. It's literally horrible. You never want to have an organ transplant. Take care of your liver. Take care of it. Think about your liver inside your body as this little cuddly baby puppy that you need to take care of. Think of all your organs like that if you have to. Maybe I'm gonna do like a little children's book or something of each organ that's like a different cute cuddly animal, because I think we can identify with that and we get that when we think about your liver and your body. You don't really have this emotional connection to it. Develop an emotional connection to your liver. Quit drinking, okay? The biggest thing, you regain control of your entire life if you quit drinking. You no longer at the mercy of what are you gonna do when you're 3 deep? What are you gonna do when you've had 5 shots and 2 glasses of wine? Like, you may kind of know yourself a little bit, like, well, if I have more than 3, things will get a little chaotic. So as long as I don't have more than 3, I'm good. But why live with that unknown? Like, what are you gonna act like? What are you gonna do? What's gonna happen? Are you gonna get in a fight with your partner over nothing? You know what I mean? Are you gonna forget to do something that was really important? Are you gonna bail on the things that you committed to doing, like exercising? Oh yeah, I'm gonna eat healthy, I'm gonna start working out, but then Saturday night you go and you get wasted, or even if you have 2 glasses of wine and some sushi, and the next morning, well, you were supposed to go to the gym with a friend, but you're just kind of feeling under the weather and you're not really up for it, but maybe next week. And then you drink like a massive coffee from Starbucks and you spend $10 on that, and then you're probably gonna get some egg bites or some other pastry. And then all of a sudden your goals are completely out the window. Now you've ordered Uber Eats and all of your healthy food has gone bad. Like literally, that may be dystopian, but that's what happens, because I did that over and over and over again. I'm with you, I understand you, but it is imperative that you quit. I'm here to tell you, it's not about moderation with this. This is a toxic chemical. Like, it doesn't belong in our bodies. And our society tries to convince us that it's normal, and it's not. It's abnormal. It's just not conducive to living a beautiful life. It's not. In any amount, it's not safe. That's the thing, it's just not safe in any amount. They try to tell us, oh, a glass of wine a day will keep the doctor away. No, that's not what it is, okay? So it's a socially accepted poison, and that we should no longer accept that. As my son does, no, exit out. We don't want to do it anymore. We're not going to accept that as normal. So you don't have to be part of it. You don't have to subscribe to that culture. There's a whole beautiful world on the other side, And if you like this video, even if it was a little bit of tough love, please like and subscribe. Comment below. I would love if you emailed me and told me your story. You know, check me out on Instagram, DM me. I really want to build community with you guys. So I hope that wasn't like too, you know, dark, but the reality is drinking alcohol, especially over a long period of time, it really has very severe outcomes. And I do not want to be your dialysis nurse. I really don't. I want to see you at the gym. I want to see you outside walking your dog. I want to see you doing anything but being in the hospital because you've had a liver transplant. And I don't want to see you depressed and anxious anymore. I don't want that. I don't want that for my friends. I don't want that for myself. And I'm speaking to who I was, you know, 5.5 years ago. If I saw a video like this, you know, 10 years ago, maybe I would have stopped sooner, because I think there's just not enough people getting on their platforms and talking about the dangers of alcohol. So that's it for me. Until next time, I'll see you in the next one, guys.